against the bottom tier team. Let's see if they can break out of that narrative, because SBTC, of course, have struggled in the last 2 years, even though they are one of the big fan favorites and have so many famous players, so many big names. They are cooking something here in the bot side.
They are cooking. Everyone's cooking today. And this time it's Eddie who's being cooked, or considering he's being auto-attacked by an Ash, he's being frozen. And frozen out of his lane, will be forced to reset. But to go back to your previous point, I do genuinely find it incredible that we're talking about Secret as one of the worst performing teams in the league, one of the worst teams in the league, when less than 6 months ago, this was a team that we thought had a very realistic chance of beating Saigon Buffalo in a playoff series to go to Worlds.
Yeah, they were closer in spring, to be completely honest. And Artifact, unfortunately, has a really bad track record in the playoffs. But his regular season performance was amazing. He was the MVP for us. So it's weird to see this team struggle so much in the regular season, because honestly, with how they performed, they should be one of the teams with the highest floor, right? Maybe not the highest ceiling, because some of the players just don't have the same pedigree, the same potential as some of the SGB players or GAN players, for example. But usually this team does super well in just the normal day-to-day business, and it's really concerning to see them struggle this much. It's time for them to turn it around. It's second round robin now, or I would say never.
And that's actually, now that you bring that up, that's jogged my memory in what our narrative over Team Secret was for the majority of last year. The fact that they were the consistent team, the fact that they had played less games over every split than every other team, because their series never went to 3 games. Either they lost 2-0 against teams like GAM, or they beat all of the other teams in the split 2-0. They never made those coin flippy games where it went to 3 games and you thought, oh, are they going to throw this series?
Yeah, and one of the biggest strengths, even starting last spring, was their macro, their mid-game lane allocations, where in some of the games against Saigon Buffalo, if you remember the playoff games where they got very, very close in spring, 2-3 loss against Saigon Buffalo, they dominated Saigon Buffalo from the 15 to 25 minute mark. Saigon Buffalo usually got into that 15-minute mark with a 2-3k gold lead, and then Team Secret, just with smart rotations, good lane allocations, just going to side lanes, clawed their way back into a lead in the mid-game, and then lost team fights. So that was kind of the dynamic between those two teams, more explosive from the side of Saigon Buffalo, and more just good standard play from Team Secret. But they seem to have lost all of that today, or this year, I should say. So just hoping to see some of the sparks that we did see all across last year from Team Secret.
Of course, that is all ancient history,
no.
A relic of the past, if you will, or an artifact of the past. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening now, because Palette being engaged on, and Zhuhao just looking to pick up the kill in a 1v2, gets the kill. Slater can't do anything to keep his support alive. First blood for Team Secret, and Shang is looking for a play on the top side of the map. Is there enough damage with the hyper?
Oh no.
He takes one tower shot, he jumps away and he survives! Team Secret pick up 2 kills across the map.
No, Hero was a negative HP there. Did you see the 42 come in from the Triumph? Before that 42 lit up on his HP bar, he looked more than dead to me. And this is, of course, the power of Leona. She is so insanely strong level 3. Look at 2 ADCs trying to whittle her down, and they don't deal any damage to her. But we have to keep our eye on Hero's HP, because that, I would want to know the number. That was so insanely close. Look at him here. Look at his HP before.
Oh my god!
There's nothing left on that bar.
You know what we say about that, Your Way? We say not even close. Fully calculated, never a doubt. But Team Secret find themselves with a gold lead. I guess critically, though, one silver lining for SBTC is the fact that the first blood went to Zhuhao and not to Eddie.
Yeah, Zhuhao will be more tanky, which is pretty nice in a double ADC lane, because this now pushes kind of the... Oh, never mind, he's in mid lane now, but he's fine. They're trying to get on top of DR1.
Zhang, he's not going to be able to follow on the glacial path. Team Secret are starting off this game beautifully.
They're so proactive. It's so nice to see Team Secret do stuff. I mean, as I said earlier, they are actually ahead in the early game more often than not. On average, they actually are in a gold lead at 15 minutes, which is surprising considering they're 2-5 in series. But they do play decent early games. But this is more than just decent. This is proactive play and looking for the place in multiple lanes. Zhu Hao, Xiang, both of them coming in with a much better plan than in some of the series we've seen recently. And I'm already getting excited again for the playoffs race, because if Secret can step up, we have 7 out of 8 teams competing for the playoffs.
If you remove that win-loss record from Team Secret and told me SBTC is a team that's tied third with Team Wealth coming into the day and showed me these first 6 minutes, I'd say, yeah, Team Secret, they're probably like 6-1. Maybe they're 7-0, dominating the split, because this is a really good performance from them. The question is, can they convert this in the mid game? Can they convert it in the late game? Here comes Shank.
He gets it!
He's looking to steal the Drake away, and he does exactly that! Zhu Hao engages, down goes TNK! D1 able to go over the wall, but it's 4 kills for 0 for Team Secret. Where was this Secret for the first round robin?
Yeah, Xiang coming in, and what a performance, what a rookie game here, game number 1. He's doing everything right, everything he does works, but big credit also to Zhu Hao. We know him mostly for his laning phase, for his performances on Enchanters, probably the best Enchanter player over the course of the last year, but he goes to Leona and he has just one plan in mind: go in, get CC and kill everyone.
And Team Secret are killing everyone currently. Slater just getting poked down a little bit by the piercing arrows. The Secret bottom lane will reset, but now nearly a 2k goal lead. And I think one of the most impressive things so far from Secret, and we've only seen it once, maybe twice, is the fact that Zhu Hao and Shang seem to have been linked up on the map. We saw them both ganking towards mid lane onto DR1 early, both present for the Drake. And if this synergy can continue for Team Secret, not just in this game, but for the rest of the split, this is a really good look for them.
And Milky, look who got the early kills. It's Artifact. He's now ready to carry this mid-game on a mid-game focused champion, on a burst focused champion that can make plays happen. So it's all the things we talked about earlier on that didn't go well for Team Secret so far, that went so well last year. And they once again can play through Artifact. They can play through their strong 2v2 in mid-jungle, maybe even 3v3 if you count Zhu Hao. Let's see if they contest the next objective, because SE is not letting up. They do want to still play a kind of front-running style where they go for objective after objective, but Team Secret is level 6. They could contest this one.
Team Secret, the issue for them is they can't fight this because Eddie is still resetting from base and Slater's been able to make his way up into the mid lane. So it would have been a 4v5 if Secret wanted to make the play. So in the end, SBTC pick up the Rift Herald, and that'll be a small injection of gold that will go their way once it is dropped onto the Rift.
Looking at least a little bit better in that passage of play, but Team Secret is ready to make the next move. Dragon is up in 2.5 minutes, so right now it's all about controlling the jungle space. Xiang, as you can see, is now invading bot side with all the help from mid and support. And now how do you even get close to this bot tower? Everyone knows that the dive is coming, the wave is being stacked, and that's plating's going in favor of Team Secret, even though they lost the objective on the top side. So overall, in terms of map play, it's pretty even.
And Eddie is level 6. Slater has just hit level 6 though, so has some of that self-peel available to him. Good charm from Artifact in the mid lane. Can't really follow it up with any extra damage. And we're kind of going to hit a small lull, I want to say, Yolway, for the next couple of minutes until we do get that Chemtech Drake spawning.
Yeah, no need to overpush, especially in this kind of situation for the team. They just want to play it cleanly and go to the win. They've had such an amazing start. Squandering this kind of opportunity would be really horrible for their mental as well, because they're already playing from a position that is not the greatest, 2-5 in series, 4 series losing streak on top of that. So they really want to clean this up, just get a clean, fast victory, don't risk anything, and try to finish the whole series.
Heroes having some in into Emperor. And yes, I know it's a ranged into melee matchup. Does he go in? Just throws an altar at the tower to pick up the tower plate, and the boomerang, I think, tags a minion, so it doesn't get any damage through on it to Emperor.
And look at Emperor on this Gragas, not looking at all like the Emperor we know, like the lane-dominant solo kill god we know from last year, and also from this year, honestly. All his Fiora games have looked amazing, so I'm still very curious about this Gragas being put into the top lane, into the hands of Emperor, when you literally have the Gragas mid lane main in DR1 in your team. So this decision is still a little bit puzzling to me. Usually I'm a big fan of Rent's drafts, but this one, I need to see it actually working.
Can we just talk about how much of a Chad Juhao is? Because he sees DR1, he completely ignores DR1 and proceeds to stop the wave from crashing under tower regardless.
First item build up for Artifact already. That's added CC. Now everyone needs to be careful not to be attacked by this Ari, because she can literally kill anyone on the map right now.
Here, we'll see DNK making his way up towards the top side. Explosive cast not available. And to go back to what you were talking about with regards to Empire, I was looking at some of their laning stats from the season. On average, Empire up 1 CS at 15 minutes. Hero, though, up 7 CS at 15. And Hero's been having a very good split, at least in terms of the first 10-15 minutes of a game.
Yeah, but only that, I'd say, because while his laning is solid, he has been having very little game impact late on, and kind of not able to transition his leads to significant advantages for his entire team, which is something we praised him for last year when he played team fights quite well. He's back to the laning hero we knew. So once again, a good laning performance, 20 CS ahead, but hopefully he can also contribute to the rest of his team's success in team fights a bit more this time.
SBTC are cooking something up in the top lane. Slader is coming up. Enchanted Crystallar is going to be CC, followed by CC, but Hero able to hop his way out to safety, and the play from SBTC doesn't work. Meanwhile, Team Secret going for a play of their own in the bottom lane, but the Zenith Blade will not root Emperor in place, and Team Secret will not be able to engage any further.
Secret does have the Rift Herald in their hands, so they might be able to get the advantage in this push. Of course, the starting HP. Oh, and Hero is fighting for this one. That's Slader forces
lands an ult onto a Slader, forces the cleanse, forces the ult. So Hero pushing SBTC back as in the bottom lane. Team Secret getting some tower plates of their own.
That's an even trade now against Rift Herald, and when your top lane had to flash away from the initial gank. So very strong weak side play for the side of Hero, where he plays aggressively even though he's under tower with 3 opponents, but he knows his limits and fends them off well. Once again, a winning play for Team Secret. Look at this advantage building here. It's almost 3k. We're looking at a 2-dragon advantage and a super strong mid-game composition, so that's exactly what they want. They want to play around dragons, and you have an Ari on an item already. You have a Wukong who's going to hit his mythic, and an early/mid-game bot lane setup, so this is just looking like a clean snowball game for the side of Team Secret.
Well, they are now 2.5k gold up, so they have extended their lead from what was just under 2k, and that's despite SBTC having the Rift Herald. So there's some very smart macro play from Secret, reminiscent of their 2022 performances. Both ADCs now have an item, although I want to say the item for Slade is a bit more impactful than Eddie's Yomu's Ghostblade Lethality build.
You could argue that, but Yomu's gives him so much rotational power, right? So much movement speed. He can just kind of warp resets now with the added movement speed and even the active movement speed to get there even faster. So this first item has been a trend coming in the second half of Spring Split, I'd say, where everyone on Lethality started going Yomu's first, and it just gives you so much added safety, so much added movement speed. We all know movement speed is an insanely overpowered stat, so it makes a lot of sense, and you can see him catch this top wave super easily.
And we talk about rotations as well. We have a Hextech Rift, so with those Hex Gates, a lot more ways for champions like Juhao, Shang to be able to find their ways into the backline and get on top of SBTC members like Slader.
Even Artifact likes that very much. More angles, more flank opportunities. It's all going Team Secret's way. The Rift is playing its part. All of their champions are working well together, and it's really on them. This should not be a game you could ever lose, because it's such a clear snowball opportunity now. Just play around objectives for the rest of the game. Focus on the Dragon Snowball. You got Hextech Soul, a strong soul. You have really good champions for the Hextech Soul too. You have such good CC setup and engage that this should really be their game to lose. So let's see if SBTC can come up with a plan to interrupt this clean snowball.
A fight over Rift Herald is imminent. Both top laners in the bottom lane, but it is Emperor who has teleport. SBTC, though, will not commit to any play, and Team Secret will be able to secure the Rift Herald.
SBTC quite far away from mid-wave. This could be a tower from Team Secret. Yeah, they instantly accelerate the game, and that cannot be stopped by anyone. Yeah, that's just the charge onto the mid tower. Nicely played from Team Secret, showing some of their macro and map awareness. This should also bode well for the next mid push into Dragon in 1 minute when the mid tower is down. Oh, Slater under a lot of pressure, no cleanse. Oh, he does have the cleanse.
Forces out the Feather Storm artifact positioning so that he can't get hit by the Blade Caller, but he does nonetheless. There comes the Solar Flare and the setup for Artifact to secure his 3rd kill of the game.
Slater played it perfectly, redirected the feathers onto Artifact, and even though that's a 2-0 Ari, 2 levels ahead of him, he was able to go toe-to-toe in terms of damage, and then that pesky support is here again. Just a masterclass in roaming from Zhu Hao.
Oh, DNK. Does this work out? Shank just buying time for his mid laner to retreat as the Enchanted Crystal Arrow could have spelled disaster for Team Secret, but still that perfect game continuing for Team Secret. Yes, they gave away a Rift Herald, but 5 kills to 0 and not a single Drake conceded.
Look at this again. Artifact, I think he didn't account for the cleanse there. Slater also not cleansing the Ignite, but just the CC. A little unfortunate for him, because it could have also been both. And I think he actually goes down to the last Ignite tick, because I didn't see any other damage landing after the Leona passive being applied. So I mean, there's really nothing else Slater could have done. He'd played it as well as he could, and Artifact still walks away with yet another kill. He's pushed back to his own tower, and he doesn't have TP. He does have the spellbook. I'm not sure if he can switch to TP to go to the dragon, but it doesn't seem necessary, because Team Secret is already on top of the objective, and no one even close from SBTC.
This has just been really smart play from Team Secret around the bottom side of the map, always making sure that, well, in the case of the first Drake, they're able to contest it and steal it away, and in the case of the second and third Drake, they're just able to have priority and stop SBTC from being able to contest.
Yeah, Secret finally showing us that they used to be the second best macro team after GAM. Looking much better today, but maybe it just needed some honeymoon phase with a new jungler, with a rookie coming in. Sometimes you need to revitalize the team with new members. A lot of people always say you shouldn't stay together more than 1 year because you kind of need the freshness, the new perspective, and it seems like it's working, at least in this first game for Xiang for the side of Secret.
You need the freshness. Tell that to GAM because they've kept the same team for so long. Dia 1 though being caught out. 3 members on top of the poor Lissandra and Artifact with a 4th kill this game.
Even GAM has added a new player back into the team. Sure, he played on GAM before, but it's still a different roster than last year. So there's always a slight little
Eddie,
change.
Forced to flash away. Explosive Cask will not be used to teleport, just to dissuade SBTC from engaging any further.
Eddie used both of his summoners though, so a small opportunity to maybe capitalize on that. You have a lot of CC. You have Ash Arrow, you have of course the Gragas with Flash E available, so now big target, big mark on Eddie's back. I think he is the one player they want to attack in the next few minutes.
And I think Eddie is going to have to play very safe now that he doesn't have a Flash or Cleanse available. But again, is Eddie really the problem? You've got a 4-0 Ari to deal with, and with Zhu Hao and indeed Hero, that's a lot of peel, a lot of frontline that SBTC need to work through.
He might not be the problem, but maybe he's the solution to their problems, because if they can eliminate one player, maybe the 4v5 looks a little more playable. At the moment, items are trickling in for the side of SBTC. They are actually, I mean, they're a full item, almost a full item behind the mid lane, but at least they have one item built up on all their players, so if you get the jump on one of them, get the numbers advantage, there's still hope in Team 5.
Prouder score now completed for Eddie. Palette still building towards his first item, which is looking to be an Umbral Glaive, although it could be maybe something like an Eclipse as well, possibly.
Now the game is slowing down, which is typical of Team Secret mid games, especially from ahead. They just know the target they want to play for, that's the dragon. Unfortunately, I think Eddie's Flash is not going to be up for the dragon. His cleanse should be available, but the Flash not so much, so Eddie might go down. But as you said earlier, he's not the main carry of the team right now, so as long as he gets out a little bit of poke, maybe his ultimate, he should be fine, even when he goes down.
And Team Secret now making their way into the bottom side river. 2 minutes until that Drake does spawn, and it will be a potential
Nicely
Hextech
done.
hole for Team Secret as Emperor just trying to dissuade
What?
Hero. Somehow that Nara lands. That was a weird interaction with a buffer, and in comes Yuhao, the Zenith Blade, the stun, and Hero will say thank you very much.
How is he here again? Today is just support day, it seems. When you're back casting the VCS, it's just support masterclass after support masterclass. Take some notes, Milky.
Wow. Yeah, how he's playing on my champion. I do have to give you that one. The Leona buff when I'm casting. What can I say? Team Secret, though, they get another kill. 1 minute 30, though, for Drake. And that's what SBTC really have to be able to contest. And it's going to be all the pressure on DNK to find a way into the pit and steal it away from Shang.
That's all they can hope for at this point. But look at the vision setup by Team Secret. 4 vision wards placed in very interesting spots, very deep are some of those. So there's no opportunity for flank TPs for SBTC. They can't even really enter their own bot side jungle. If they don't do it right now, they really need to just face check into Team Secret's territory. Instead, they're trying something on the top side, but where are you, DNK, and why are you there?
DNK just out of the range of the Zenith Blade, not out of range of Solar Flare. Artifact over the walls, going to find the charm onto Dia1, who will cast a self-ult. Emperor is making his way over, but SBTC can't get into the fight. Explosive cast will just push Team Secret back as SBTC make their retreat.
What a stupid champion. I would be fuming if I was Artifact playing against this Lissandra that hasn't done anything correct in this game. It still just gets to live for ages right in front of everyone because it's Lissandra. But at least you actually break her stopwatch now. She doesn't have the Zonias yet. Could be close though. But no stopwatch for Dragon could dispel an easy soul.
I would also like to remind everyone as SBTC are trying to find a way to sneak the Baron, forcing Team Secret to come away from the Drake. Hero on the bottom side of the map, slowly walking up. SBTC will sensibly back away, but now Team Secret can just look to start up the Hextech Drake.
And here you see one of the instances that Team Secret is still not quite as good as Gum. Gum would have instantly started Dragon with their top laner there, because they know that the enemy team has no chance whatsoever to take the Baron. Team Secret still thought a bit about contesting that one and lost a few valuable seconds. They're still gonna get this uncontested soul, so now objective number 1 achieved. They secured the soul, and Artifact might secure another kill.
Oh, Artifact over the wall, blast coned straight back over. Something I'd like to bring up is your way. Look at Hero CS.
Yeah, he's smurfing.
He's literally at 11 CS a minute. That is insane. On a Gnar. Man's been playing his split push well.
I've seen so many... Oh, Eddie. He does have the cleanse, and this flash is available now again. They waited too long to try and attack Eddie. Look at that damage from Eddie. Retaliation just onto Palette, showing him who the better archer of the two champions is.
To be fair, Eddie does have 2 items as Shang. Just playing a little bit aggressively with the Hex Gates. Has Yuhao nearby. Yuhao has just been everywhere this game on the Leona. And a Solar Flare on top. There is no way out for DNK. Surely he's got to try to sneak his way through in the Harrowed Mist. But now where do you go? Because you're on the wrong side of the map. And Team Secret is separating you from your own side. A teleport coming through from a Hero. No way out for the SBTC jungler.
Yeah, and that's perfect positioning for Hero to just attack Baron instantly. No smite available. They have Hextech Soul. So what do you even do? I think you press FF, because there's absolutely no way for SBTC to win the situation. But let's see them try.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow on to Hero, but Team Secret will say, we'll take the fight. No worries whatsoever. Dia1 has already used the Frozen Tomb. So that's 1 ult down for SBTC. Team Secret still hovering around. Dia1 now trying to find a potential flank angle onto Hero, who just gives absolutely no care in the world to what SBTC want to do.
Yeah, but Team Secret outplayed themselves there. There's absolutely no need to turn this aggressively and completely disregard the Baron when the enemy team has no jungler. Just keep the Baron leashed with at least one player, so once you scare them off, you can go back to the Baron. They kind of just interrupted their own Baron for no big reason. So I might sound very overly critical because they're still playing a really good game. But these are the small improvements they can still make. Some of the decision-making around their objectives could have been a little bit more decisive, a little bit more assertive, because that was an absolutely free Baron. No way SBTC gets close. But in the end, they're still super far ahead. They can also just wait for the Elder Dragon. I would like them to go for Baron once again. Just, why not? You're so far ahead, the enemy team can literally not do anything against you. But they did give them time to at least get to 2 items. SBTC's carries all sitting on 2 items now.
Hextech Soul completed Elder in 3 minutes, and right now Team Secret is making sure that they can get control. They don't want to do anything crazy, and this has been synonymous with what we've seen with Team Secret in 2022. Not taking any risk. Good flash from Eddie, but in comes Emperor from the other side, and Eddie will get absolutely blown up. Shut down, secured by Slater.
Meantime, Hero is trying to get something on the bottom side. That's a tower. Tower for kill is a decent trade. It's a shutdown though, so Slater, a little bit of injection of gold into this hyper carry. What is Hero doing and where is he going?
Oh, he's taking the other Hex Gate. He's looking for a flank angle. Dia 1, though, has a teleport available. The instant charm onto the teleport from Dia 1. Frozen Tomb has been used, and this is a 5v3. Hero is not in the fight just yet. Shuhao has been caught, and Hero does not have the rage stacked for the Mega Gnar. Artifact, though, still healthy.
Hero's coming.
Dia 1 just about survives. A double kill comes through from Slater. Over the wall goes DK as he looks for the kill onto Artifact. Flashes under tower. Heartbreaker gets the kill. Hero locked in by the Blade Caller. Hero taken down, and SBTC find the extended ace.
How did SBTC come up with this team fight from this far down against Hextech Soul? We have to criticize Team Secret later on in the replay again, but first of all, this resets the game. It's not in the even state, but if they can get this Baron, that's another objective bounty. That should still be quite high objective bounty too. And that's so much gold for Slater now. He is a big carry.
Do you remember Guma Yushi from the World Finals? Eddie, is your time to channel your inner Guma. How big is a piercing arrow? Not quite big enough. Zhu Hao shows up, but locked down by the enchanted crystal arrow. Can't get over the wall. SBTC with so much gold, so many shutdowns, and now a Baron Nashor as well.
Fortunately, he's not playing against Pioshek, so no chance to steal that. Look at this again. Team Secret, I think their calls are just split. They don't really know if they want to kite or go back in. Then Xiang calls to go back in, and he just dies so quickly. Hero doesn't even have the chance to go into Mega Gnar, and his target, yeah, his ultimate is overzealous. He doesn't hold the ultimate against Slater. He could have killed Slater there, but he used the ultimate just to finish off the first kill, and then Slater was able to kite away from the Mega Gnar. Look at the damage. 5.8k done from Slater, and that was on 2 items. Now he's sitting on 3.5. So it's suddenly looking quite scary for Secret with the Hextech Soul behind them. But only a 4k gold lead, or a 3.5 maybe. And Slater is a much stronger teamfight carry as the Zarya compared to Eddie's Varus.
You talked about it before as well, your way. Team Secret do not have issues with getting early game leads. More often than not, they have the early game lead. China Crystal Arrow cleansed away by Artifact. How did he actually cleanse that?
He does a spellbook.
So,
a spellbook cleanse, yeah.
And then instantly swapped it around. Team Secret, though, trying to get pressure in the river. And watch out for Dia 1. You talked about it as well, your way. The fact that this champion, it doesn't matter how strong it is, it has so much utility, and it is such a thorn in the side for Team Secret as they are looking to convert what was a phenomenally good early game into a game win. And if they can get this Elder, that would be absolutely majestic for them. But it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a 50-50 for the Elder, very possibly, and it could go either way.
Oh, yeah, Chad just reminded me. The first time they played against each other, Game 2, Team Secret stomped SBTC, and then horrible things happened in the mid and late game, and SBTC actually, that was the Kassadin game from Dia 1. Where at 24 minutes, they were in the enemy base, Team Secret, and then Kassadin just popped off. They are trying again. Mini Gnar,
tanked very well by Hero, but Hero can't go into Mega Gnar. Slater with the self-heal with the ultimate. Shang has the ultimate, trying to get a knock-up. Can't find anything, though. And it is just Hero who falls. Still 5 members alive for the side of SBTC. Dia 1 going to reset, has a teleport available. Slater, though, has no teleport of his own. He's going to have to walk the long way back to the river, but there's nothing that Team Secret can do right now.
And once again, we have to criticize Hero for his team fighting, because his laning was immaculate. His some of the plays he did to get some of the kills were really clean. But unfortunately, he just got caught again as one of the strongest members.
He intentionally blocked it to save the rest of his team. Dia1, though, a very aggressive Hex Portal, walking down at 2 members in SBTC, want this fight. Good charm, though, landing, but Emperor goes golden. Zhuhao on the back foot, and the piercing arrow will not snipe down DNK. Is another kill for the side of SBTC as Zhuhao falls.
Oh, TP available for Hero. He could come in. Oh, not aggressively TPing. And that's a kill on Slater. That's Elder Dragon. As SBTC have just thrown the game back into them, and Hero is on the chase.
Shut down. Here comes Hero. Artifact from the other side, looking for the jungler. Down goes DNK, and no smite available now for SBTC. Palette is just a poor support. Will fall, and Team Secret have found a window to secure their 5th Drake of the game, and it is the Elder Drake.
They might have just thrown it back to Team Secret. SBTC not able to complete the comeback with the Elder Dragon as they peel off Elder to go into the enemy jungle and spend too much time to chase down targets. Now suddenly Team Secret back in firm control of the game. They need to make use of this Elder Dragon, though. Let's take another look at this one. The engage is in the choke point, so even though it looks like SBTC is kind of winning the situation, there's so much AoE damage from Team Secret's members that even though they get the initial kill, they are pretty low on HP, and then Slater decides to go this way for some reason. I've probably seeing the TP coming in, but even if he goes the other way, the TP comes the other way. So Slater in a horrible situation, the best champion in the team composition for SBTC. So once he dies, everything goes in favor of Secret.
And this is actually Slater's first Xayah game this season. We've talked about how much of a Xayah aficionado Slater is, but it's his first opportunity to play on his champion this year. And he's been having a really good game as well. He's kept SBTC very firmly in the game, but now with an Elder buff, Team Secret are going to have to find a way to get the most out of this before their Elder ends. Otherwise, they might be finding themselves on the back foot in the team fight. Explosive cast just to get rid of the way. Team Secret, though, rushing this down as quickly as possible. Solar Flare used. Everfrost is going to land. Forces Slater to use the ultimate. In goes Shang with the knockup from the Cyclone. No real follow-up, though, as Dia1 goes under his tower. A lot of damage from Hero. Forces Dia1.
Oh, Hero!
The boomerang from Hero is so clutch. Down goes the SBTC mid laner. And what can Team Secret do now? 5v4. Do they continue to push, or do they reset? Surely they push forward.
Yeah, 50 seconds on the Drake. They still have time for one more team fight, and they have so much power behind them. Hextech Soul and the Elder Dragon. Look at Slater. He has to instantly go away. This could be that's so close. Wow, Slater almost died to overstepping into the Varus poke. Okay, they are not going to finish the game.
But Team Secret backing away, and Hero doesn't have enough damage on his own to get the inhibitor tower. Baron is spawning Dia1 up in 14 seconds time, but Team Secret are just going to straight up reset. Hero going to make his way to a blast cone and have Team Secret left their backs a bit too late, and I think they should be able to get out safely.
Okay, top inhibitor is not going to be super consequential if they just park Emperor level 17 in the top lane to clear the waves. So Team Secret needs to find another area of attack. The Elder Dragon not enough to finish the game off. They're still in a super good position. They have so many items. They are insanely strong on their carries, but the enemy team has a 4-item Xayah and many other champions that can buy space and time in team fights. So it's not over yet. They weren't able to finish the game off. Next target is probably the Baron.
You do have to think for SBTC, they can get into this game. We've seen them winning team fights, but now Team Secret, with the amount of pressure that they have been able to get, with the amount of priority that they've had, they're now looking towards Baron. What can SBTC do? DNK is not going to get into the pit in time. Enchanted Crystal Arrow will go wide. Finds its way through the entire Team Secret composition. Solar Flare will find a slow onto Dia1, but Team Secret are focusing onto Emperor, who goes golden. Zenith Blade on the other side of the fight is going to be able to find his mark. It's a 1-for-1 so far. In goes Shang, finds a 2-man Cyclone, and it down goes one more. Over the wall goes Artifact, looking towards DNK. Shang finds another knockup, another kill, but Slater has the Feathers out. He's in a 1v3. He's knocked up. Out comes the Feather Storm. Blade Caller will find one, but it is the ace for Team Secret, 5 kills for 2, and they will march it down in the mid lane, in the bottom lane.
Much spicier in the end than I thought the game would be. It looked so won for Team Secret after 20 minutes. They played an immaculate early and mid game, but then overstepped a few times. It doesn't matter though, the game went their way. They finally break this SBTC curse. They should have won against SBTC in round number 1, but DR1 Cassidin happened. This time DR1 had almost no game impact. It was all on